advised by experts in this field that, Jay, as the CEO, you should not make yourself so available to the field. They want me to go off on some ivory tower, which is kind of hard for me. Because I come from the old school where you lead from the front, right? So if you think we should do a global call once a month, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, a lot of thumbs up. I hope my team is watching, who's been giving me this advice. Right? Because how are we supposed to talk? Right? Like, I don't want you guys out in the wilderness by yourself. You know. So, okay, I guess that answers that question. Those of you that don't want me to do these global calls once a month, give me a number 2. No number 2s. All right. So we've decided. The team, the field has decided we're going to do these once a month, preferably at the beginning of the month, depending on what day the month starts. If it's a weekend, it might be a little bit tough, but certainly between the 1st and the 3rd, I think we'll be able to fit it in. And there's a reason for that. From my perspective. And the reason is I really like to speak for myself. You know? I think I have something to say. Well, I know I have something to say. Whether you agree with it or not may be a different story. But I think I have something to say. And I think I have to let you know that I'm in the trenches with you. And anything I've ever done in my life, whether it was running a $1 billion P&L or coding software security or implementing it or managing consulting, for all those crazy things I've done in my life, whether it was distribution of cell phones, whether it was building this company or building this technology or something else, I believe in individual contribution. And that is something that I think is of value to the industry we've chosen to partake in, which is network marketing. I can tell you, everybody here at corporate, we only hire for individual contribution. Meaning it doesn't matter what title you have to do the work yourself. You can have a team, but the big stuff, the stuff that sets the example, you have to do yourself. Right? As you know, our COO, Chandon, is on the leadership group WhatsApp. Look how responsive he is. He's there. Our CMO, Terry Newsom, steps in on the weekly calls like this. Our Chief Procurement Officer, Tom Brown, is not only does he represent so well globally with all of our manufacturing partners and logistics and all those different things, but at any event, he makes himself available. Our creative department is headed by some of the most creative, talented people in the world, but it's not like they have a team, but they're actually leading from the front by actually doing the work. And that's so important. Because when we're leaders and we actually do the work, we're doing a few things. The first thing we're showing to our team is that we actually know what we're doing. Hands up, how many of us ever been in a situation where the person that was our manager didn't know what they were doing? Hands up. There's a few hands up. I've been there. Right? Where you're wondering, how did that guy get that job? Whose nephew or niece is that person? Right? What that erodes is confidence. Right? It especially erodes it in our industry. Right? Leadership is such a critical part of the success of our industry that it's beyond important. It's so important. But if leadership doesn't have the skills, now hear me out, it's more than just mindset. Mindset's the first thing you got to get right. You got to be a servant leader. You have to commit to that. You have to learn those skills. But there's a skill set to leadership in this business. And I'll tell you, gang, from my analysis, that skill set has been lost. Okay? It's been lost. Something that's played a role in that skill set eroding is an don't take this wrong, is an over-reliance on social media, cut and paste, automatic systems. A funnel system or a social media posting strategy isn't going to replace leadership. It's not a replacement for your ability to speak, present, talk, overcome organizational dynamics, relationship challenges, right? That's a skill. That's a soft skill, and there's some hard skills there too. And what's happened is there's been an erosion of a development of those skills for the last many, many years. How do you speak? How do you stand? How do you dress? How do you open a three-way call? How do you do this? How do you present? How do you overcome objections? Right? When was the last time we participated in an actual one-to-one conversation about how you open the presentation, how you edify your team, how you edify your leader, how you edify your downline? How do you do that? Because that's the relationship side of this business that we've tried to put into some kind of automated system, whether it's a funnel or whether it's a cut and paste or some other stuff. It works in little bits. That's my experience. You might disagree with me. So if we're taking a look at the malaise in network marketing that's out there, not here, out there, with other companies and other communities and other cultures, company cultures, it's because they're wanting an automation of leadership. That's a delegation of leadership, right? That can't possibly be, right? We can't say we're here to help each other, lift each other, and grow with each other, and help our health and our wealth and our financial standing, and not speak with each other, and not link and really communicate through the tough times and the easy times and the hard times, right? And I want to talk about more. This is why we've invested in the Maxwell training. Why? Because I believe in those. I've gone through those skill sets. This is why we're working with Mr. Rob Sperry, and we're going to get another date this month where we can reactivate and get the training. Why? Leadership development, skills development. So this month we're going to do a few things. I'll get dates out to you tomorrow. We're going to do an online mastermind, yours truly, just on speaking, overcoming objections as it relates to what? The business, our products, our technology. Just real live conversations. And I'm not going to say what I say. What I want you to understand is the level of communication skills you're going to need to develop. There is no sales and marketing without communication, ladies and gentlemen. I think we know this, right? That's the first request. We're going to do that. We're going to do it twice this month. Rob Sperry's going to do one, and I'm going to do the other one. The second thing that I want to share before we go down the road of all the exciting stuff that we're going to do is I want everyone, and I've talked to your leaders about this, and they're on board, is I want you to think about what we're doing here. And I want you to think of this as a business and not as an opportunity. A business means something, right? We all know what a business is. A business is where you provide goods and services that have value, and there's an economic trade. An opportunity you can take or not take, hit or miss, right? Let there be no misunderstanding. This is a business that's invested in R&D and product development and systems development and market development and product development, all of it. In fact, there's 16 years and $25 million into developing this business. So when you talk about it, and I want you to think, it's a mind shift for you that I want you to really embrace. I want you to talk about your super patch as your business. You're gonna say, Jay, what kind of business is this? This is a distribution business. You're in the business of distributing the world's only drug-free neurotech for health, wellness, and performance. That's the business. Okay? We've spent considerable time, energy, money making this amazing product and technology. And we've chosen to distribute this through this channel called direct sales network marketing. That's the business. Has a great product, has exclusivity on the product, nobody else has all these amazing advantages around our product and technology. Now, we did something really spectacular. Not only did we make a product that nobody else has, actually the greatest product in this industry ever. I'll challenge anybody otherwise. Never has $25 million been spent on making a product for network marketing, ever. Let that sink in. Ever. It's a statement. We can help more people than any other company in the industry with the solutions that we have. These are big statements, but they're all factual. Okay? So getting back to the notion, so the way that we've taken this business is this distribution business. Now, if you work hard on this business and long enough on this business, you're going to hit the executive ranks of VP and above. It's very important that rank VP and above. Because when you hit VP and above, the way that our comp plan is organized, you actually get paid, it might be a little bit, but you actually get paid on every revenue dollar, every unit that's distributed through your distribution business. Whether it's 1 unit or 100,000 units that goes through your distribution business, you're going to get an economic reward for it. And that economic reward grows as your rank goes higher. So VPs get 1% override on their volume. RVPs get 1.5%, and NVPs get 2%. And then it goes into, and more amazing things start to happen. So what does that mean? That means you should be looking at the number of units and volume revenue that flows through your organization and getting to that level so you know that you're maximizing your economic results based on distribution. Now, guess what? Distribution businesses have value. I've bought and sold distribution businesses. In fact, I'll give you a real story. In 2003, I purchased master distribution rights for a cell phone company called Nokia. Those distribution rights cost me $3 million. Not a $40 sign-up. Those distribution rights for one of the largest emerging markets cost me $3 million. I then bought $3 million worth of inventory. Okay? I used that business to distribute 10 million units over 3 years at about $100 each. Do the math. That business had value, so I could sell that business, and I did. What we have here is a bigger opportunity. Why? Because we have something for the whole world, and we're just getting started. Okay? I want you to understand the enormity of the business potential of SuperPatch and our technology. It is literally the biggest factually, the biggest addressable market in our industry. We have more solutions than any one big pharma company. I'm saying things to you that other network marketing companies can't say. If we were, not that I ever would, if we were ever go to public today, we have a multi-billion dollar valuation. But I will not go public because you have to sell out your mission to go public. Because the people that operate in those worlds are not interested in our mission. They're interested only in profit, not purpose. So that's a no-go for me. So when you talk about Super Patch and you're going to present something, I want you to present the business plan. Why? Because we're solving the biggest problems. We have the biggest market reach. Our products have the biggest amount of demand. We have the right price. We have the right marketing. We have the right demographics. Imagine you were going to ask for a loan for this business from the bank or a venture. That's the mindset, because this is what you have. You do not have a hype machine. You have a profit machine. You have a business. There's no hype. Nothing I say is hyperbolic. It's factual. I can back it up with data. I do it every day. Right? This is why we have no fear. We just know what's coming down the pipe. We know where the future is going, and we're ahead of it. Okay? So what does this mean? This means that we continue to gain momentum and grow. In fact, May was our biggest May we've ever had. Isn't that exciting? We've had 3 Mays in this business, only 3, and the last May was the biggest May ever. It was kind of exciting. So that means our product is resonating, because what we don't want is to peak and fade, right? Like we've seen that over and over, peak and fade. We don't want to do peak and fade. We want steady, stable, measurable growth. That shows that our product is resonating with our market. And that other business-minded entrepreneurs are seeing that this is the right business to invest their time, energy, and money. Right? And that's what we have to be. We have to have that confidence. And when you're talking to people about our business, I want you to ask them this question. If we went on Shark Tank, what kind of deal would we get? You think they'd invest $12.99 in a flex pack? You think they'd want a piece of this business? You think they wouldn't throw millions at us to have a piece? If multimillionaire, billionaire investors would want a piece of this business because of the technology we have and the market penetration we're getting, this is a no-brainer. If it's a business. If it's downgraded to an opportunity, then it becomes a hit or miss. I know with all the certainty in the world that this company will be a multi-billion dollar, multi-generational enterprise. How? Because I've built those kind of businesses and I've worked at those kinds of businesses and I know what it takes. And so do the people here at corporate. And we actually have leadership that's worked in those kinds of companies as well. So there's no guessing involved. This is engineered. Our success is engineered. Our success is planned. Everything is planned. We just have to work the plan, right? And we're working it. What does that mean? When we do what's required, we succeed. And what happened last month was a big piece of that, right? So we had some amazing momentum going into May. And we had so many people rank advance. Hundreds of team leaders, hundreds of teams across the globe. I can't even read all these names. And I might have mistyped them because you typed them wrong into the back office. But hundreds of people hit team leader. Dozens and dozens of people are new directors. This is amazing. Amazing work. We're not treading water. We're riding the wave. We're actually creating the wave and then getting on our surfboard and getting on top of it. We have new managing directors. So congratulations to Dean and Remy and Theo and Susan, Teresa and Candace and Crystal and Celia. And I can't read the bottom one. That's because there's some. And Nabil. Congratulations. We have new vice presidents, Tanisha Graham and Jorge Roca. Congratulations. And these are new people. Last few months, couple of months, and we're getting there. And this is exciting. And we have new RVPs with Jenny Briscoe and Julian Los Santos from Spain. Jenny's in beautiful British Columbia and Julian's in Spain. So our success isn't narrowed to any one geography. It's global. And everywhere we go, we grow. Everywhere we go, there is success. People are succeeding and winning. And the beautiful part of it, they're doing it the right way. We're doing it all the right way. No shortcuts, stick to the basics, present the business, present the world's greatest product in direct sales, the greatest product in the world for health and wellness. Drug-free health and wellness? Sign me up. It's kind of great. So what do we do to keep this going? We have to keep this momentum going. Why? Because we're into June, July, and August. Any other company might want to take time off. Any other leadership group or field might say, you know what? Weather's really nice. I'm going to go find a patio, an umbrella, and a margarita. Right? We are going to go find some booze patches and we're going to get to work. But I want to make it a little bit more fun for you, a little bit more exciting for you, so we can create the momentum that's going to carry June, July, August for us. Right? Because we got to carry the momentum. Because listen, in July, we're going to leadership and all these winners are going to Cancun. So we're going to miss a little bit of momentum. And then in August, I'm taking the leadership, the RVPs and MVPs and presidents to Singapore. So I know what happens when you remove leadership from the field. Things get stagnant. So what I want to do is build massive momentum here in June, right now. And that momentum is going to carry us for the next 90 days. And we're going to do some other fun stuff, but this is what we're doing to start it. So the first thing is live now in your back office, available for customers and associates. Buy any 3 of our products and get the 4th one free. It's like our Flex 4, right? Instead of 40, buy any 3, select any 3 is going to be a pop-up. Says, hey, select your 4th one for free. All you're going to do is pay for shipping. This is so crazy that we're going to limit it to 1 per order, and it cannot not to be combined with any other smart ship. You know what I mean? Like this is, but you can go back and buy another one if you want. So what that means is if you buy 6 on 1 order, you're not going to get 2 free. You're only going to get the 1. Okay? So we're clear. Why? Let's keep our customers excited. Here's a great opportunity for them to try something they perhaps haven't tried in the past for free. Right? Here's a great way to get a sample pack for free. Right? And we don't do a lot of this. We don't discount or do a lot of promos. Why? Because nobody has what we have. For us to keep our price point competitive, for us to truly say that we have the best in class, I follow the Apple model in discounts. Few and far in between. If you want a super patch, you could pay the everyday regular fair price. Right? Because our product doesn't expire. No one else has it. It's already priced brilliantly. Every time we give away margin dollars, there's a decrease in your pocket, in your paycheck. And what happens is people get used to discounts, right? I think we all know that. I think some of us or some of you that worked with other companies, you could almost predict like a clock when the sale was going to come 2 or 3 days before the end of the month, right? Why? Product's expiring. Company needs some volume. They need to do this. Why? Because that was a habit that was trained. So we're not going to give ourselves and our company bad habits, right? The more we honor our product and our pricing and understand and believe and buy into the fact that we have the best product, why would we give it away? But on occasion, it's good to do fun promo stuff because everybody likes fun stuff. Everybody likes exclusive stuff. So this is the first thing that we're doing. Second thing we're doing is we're doubling the driver bonus for June 2025. Meaning recruit 3 people with the appropriate launch kits and you earn $200. In this month, it becomes $400. We're doubling it. And if you do 6, you get it again. If you do 9, you get it again. But not only did you get the 200, we're going to double it to 400. To make it even more fun and exciting, it's a $1 membership. $1. So this is how you do it. You join for $1. Get the person to join for $1, and then go in the shopping cart and buy the applicable pack that they want. The packs that have the spiff at enrollment will also be calculated the spiff if they buy it from the shopping cart for this month. So if they enroll now, somebody enrolls now, and they go into their shopping cart and they buy the pack that they want, and that pack would normally get a spiff at the enrollment cart, we're going to calculate the spiff at the end of the month for doing it from the shopping cart. But that only applies to the products that have the spiff. So the Flex 40 doesn't have a spiff. Why? The product is priced so aggressively that we just can't afford to do that. Because it is our best value. It's almost 50% off. It's 47% off list. So this is my thing, and I've challenged the entire leadership team, and I'll challenge all of you. The fact that you're on this call, 1,200, 1,300 people on this call. Let's see a thumbs up. Who's going to earn the double driver bonus? Come on. If we can't do that, right? Think about it. We've recruited tens of thousands of people without this promo, right? We've recruited tens of thousands of people without this promo. Surely we can knock it out, because when we execute this and we maximize the new members on our team and we maximize them getting the right product, we're going to maximize the growth of our teams. We're going to maximize the income in our pocket, and we're going to set ourselves up for what? Success in June, July, and August. We're going to prime the engine. We're going to get turbo ready. We're going to put octane in the fuel tank so we crest higher in the summer months. By giving real value to the new people that are going to join us and to our current customers and our associates now. This is how we scale. This is how we scale. But we have to take advantage of it, right? Because if we don't do it, then who's to blame come July? Right? Because think about it. If you and your team go out there and we jam it in this month, how much follow-up? How many people do you got to help next month? Way more. And then they're going to help them, and you're going to help them again the next month, right? This is how this works. It's like a siphon. You know how siphons work, right? You can have water way down there in a drum, and you put a hose in there, and you suck a little bit of water out, and all the water comes out. This is a siphon of growth. We're going to bring in everybody. Exciting, right? I'm excited. But that's not enough. Wednesday, we're going to give you even more tools. So there's an email going out to you to come on a Zoom call on Wednesday night, and we're going to launch this interactive app called iDecide. Now, this is an automated marketing and prospecting automation tool. It sits on your phone or your desktop, and you send it to your friends, and it gives them this dynamic interactive presentation on our company, on the business, on the product, talks about the science, talks about the comp plan, talks about all these, what separates us, our competitive advantages, like what makes us best in class as a business and as a product. It's presentation on demand. It's prospecting on demand. And you'll get to see when you send this. If you sent this to me and I looked at it, it'll tell you, oh, Jay watched this much. You just stopped watching it here. If I'm going through it, I can also, from a touch of a button, tell you everything I'm interested in and actually register on your replicated site, number one. Number two, book an appointment to talk to you about the business and about the product, depending on what I'm interested in. So you see this all in the back office. It's easy to use. It's way better than a funnel. It's way better than a funnel. So now imagine you got 100 people in your organization. I'm just saying a number because, I'm not good with math. If you've got 100 people in your organization and everybody has one of these, right? These things called a cell phone. My cell phone's got my grandbaby on it, by the way. And they're sending 10 presentations out a week. That's 1,000 presentations in your organization. No rejection, full reporting, who's interested, who's not interested. You took rejection, all that weird stuff out of the thing. And guess what? The presentation is perfect. It's compliant. Nothing wrong is said. It's presented in the best possible way, written by the best copywriters and yours truly to make it the most dynamic experience somebody can have. And it's dynamic. You get to pick and choose different things. What do you want to learn about? It's epic. And what's great is we're going to modify this over and over till it becomes even better. Right? So starting Wednesday, from Wednesday to Saturday, it's not a monthly subscription. So we negotiated pretty hard. And the owner there's just become a really good friend. It's $149 lifetime. Regular price is $249 a year. Lifetime $149. So now expand your mind, expand your limitless belief system. It doesn't matter how many people you have in your organization. What would you pay for a dynamic, on-demand prospecting and presentation tool that allows you to follow up, that does the work for you? So I would say this. If I was going to send it to my friend Tom, I say, hey, Tom, it's Jay. I'm going to text him. I'm going to send you something that I really need you to pay attention to. I've seen something and met some people. I'm really excited. Take a look. And when I send it to Tom, number one, he knows I'm sending it to him. So don't send it blindly because that's poor. That's very bad. That's spam. Even when your friend is spam. Don't do that. You're going to lose credibility. Let him know what you're going to say. I'm going to send you something. Say, I saw something. I met some people. It's very exciting. You need to see this. Watch this. And then it's going to customize it to Tom. It's going to have Tom's name in it, where he lives. It's really cool. And then I'm going to be able to see what Tom did with it, whether he watched it or not, or all those amazing things. And if he didn't watch it, say, hey, Tom, I sent this thing to you. I noticed you haven't seen it yet. Do yourself a favor. It's 5 minutes. Go through it. This is beyond amazing. Okay? That's how you use this. That's how you use this. And you're going to have it. And what's great is it's in English, but we're going to add every major language to this over the next coming weeks. So we're going to have French. We're going to have Spanish. We're going to have German. We're going to have Italian. We're going to have Dutch. Oh, you name it, it's going to be there. And you get to pick which language you want to send it to. It's actually pretty smart. It can actually detect what language the person you're going to send it to and actually send the right one. But just to be sure, you can pick and choose yourself. Isn't that amazing? I think so. I think it's kind of epic. I think this is game changing. Now, if you have 1,000 people in your organization, now this is where it goes crazy. I'm talking to my leaders right now. If you have 1,000 people in your organization and everybody sends out 2 a day, how many in a week? 14 each. Times 1,000. 14,000 prospecting things done. At 10% conversion rate, that's 1,400 new members. At 5% conversion rate, it's 700. At 1% conversion rate, it's 140. Do I have your attention? It's better than the funnel. Why? Because it's interactive and you're in control. You get to be proactive. You get to pick, and you can pick a generic thing and put it on your Facebook. You can do a bunch of things with it. You meet somebody, what do you do? Hey, listen, I'm in the distribution business. I distribute drug-free neurotech for some of the world's biggest health and wellness needs. It's fantastic. It's the science breakthrough story of the year. We're going like gangbusters. Tell me more. Hey, what's your phone number? Put them in your phone, send them the link. Watch this. It'll tell you everything you know. When you're done, call me. That's the old school way. Remember? The old school way of building rapport, building relationship, giving value. You're going to give so much value with this. You're going to give people value. You're going to help them discover for themselves. Because what's the best way of learning? It's self-discovery, self-learning. They're going to learn about this in the way they want to learn about it. They can learn about the science. They can learn about the business. They can learn about the comp plan. They can learn about what makes it so great. They can learn about everything in their own way, in the way that they want to learn it, with beautiful graphics, beautiful voiceover. Everything's amazing. It's kind of perfect. You got to get it, okay? I'm just saying. I paid for the development of this. I paid to build this thing. I paid to set it up. You have a small little investment to use it to exponentially grow your business, okay? If you don't, listen, I'm going to say something very, very harsh. If you don't do this, you're not really serious in today's modern age. You need it, and your team needs it. Because think about the multiplication effect here. It's powerful, okay? But that's not enough. We're going to do some more crazy stuff. So we have arguably one of the best creative teams in the industry. And they are at the forefront of creating hype stuff. Okay? So there is a challenge in network marketing right now. This is the challenge. I can tell you what the challenge is. The challenge in network marketing is MLM has been unable to attract people between the age of 18 and 35. That's a reality. Why? Attention spans, what are they interested in? All these things are real obstacles. So to market to that demographic, you need to speak to the demographic about and the things that they're interested in and passionate about. And give you the tools to do the same. So starting next week, every day, you're going to be sent links to 3 pieces of content. You can use on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want to do it. Unique, super patch, exclusive content made by $1 million creative team. You'll be downloaded, and all you got to do is add hashtag super patch, and then put your link there in your bio, and you share it, and you post it, and you get your entire team to post it. That's how we break the algorithm. And it'll be cool, and it'll be perfect. It'll be compliant. The message will be in it. You have to do nothing. Saw this, check this out. That's it. Hashtag super patch and your bio. That's in your link. That's it. You don't do anything else. Because these are professional copywriters, these are professional graphic artists, they're professional videographers, they're professional AI creators. These guys are the best. I paid that marketing department, that creative department, $1 million a year. $1 million a year. Why? Because they're the best. They've worked for brands like Vans, Harley Davidson, Porsche, Nike, Adidas, Puma, Lululemon, those kinds of brands. And no disrespect to all the amazing creators that are in the field, they do this full time. And guess what? It's compliant. You're not going to get a nasty email from the compliance department to tell you to take it down. It's going to be fun. It's going to be edgy. And you'll be able to send it to your children, to your grandchildren, to people in the younger demographic so we can introduce them to what's happening here at Super Patch. Right? We got to recruit the youth. We got to recruit the generation behind us. How else are we going to get to 5 generations if it stops with us? Right? But we have to make it about them. Let that sink in. We have to make it about them, about the things that they're passionate about. And what are they passionate about? They're passionate about living a super life naturally. They're passionate about that. They're passionate about their basketball. They're passionate about working out. They're passionate about cycling. They're passionate about nutrition. They're passionate about what they're passionate about. And the great thing about our product is it elevates every passion. It elevates every lifestyle. It elevates everything that they're about. We don't interfere. We optimize. We elevate whatever they want to do. That's the beauty of this. And you're going to get it for free. But if you don't use it, gang, if you don't use it, what are we going to do? Right? It's a waste of time, effort. I'm just telling you. And you post it, hashtag superpatch, put your link, and post it. Check this out. Isn't this crazy? Isn't this amazing? That's it. Let the content, let the creative do the work. Attention spans are 2 seconds. Don't go on verbal diarrhea. Don't try, none of that. Let it just go. Don't worry about what people are posting. Just let it be. Let it percolate. Let it transcend into the common psyche of the public. Okay? It's kind of cool. Something else that has been suggested to me by some social media is that you might actually want to create another social media account just for this. Why? The algorithms look through all of your history and all of your posts, and it says, oh, what's this person about? One of the reasons that we can't seem to get out of the algorithm is because we've posted all this stuff that doesn't make sense in what we're trying to promote. It's an idea. I'm not saying you have to do it. But we're doing this for you. It's going to be great. It'll be the best. But that's not enough. It is enough. It's a lot. Okay, so that starts next week. So let me stop sharing here for a second, gang. So what does this mean? This means we're on the verge of greatness. Okay? I think you're like me. I think we're fellow believers in the power of purpose-driven action, right? So let's set the record straight tonight. We're not just building another MLM, guys, right? We're building a movement. It's a movement rooted not in hype, not in gimmicks, not in the fleeting rewards of just a comp plan, but in a generational mission to impact lives through the fusion of groundbreaking tech, human connection, and relentless teamwork. That human connection and teamwork is what's going to take us to the top of the mountain. We are bigger than a paycheck. Yeah, we pay well. And yes, our comp plan is built with fairness and sustainability and prosperity in mind. Of course it is. But let's be clear. You're not called to this mission just to make money. You're called here to make history, to make a difference. Because what we have in our hands is bigger than volume points, it's bigger than overrides, and it's bigger than fast start bonuses. What we have is the most significant product innovation in the history of direct sales. That's a fact. A technology that doesn't make people just feel better. It makes people believe again. Believe in healing, believe in hope, believe in possibilities in themselves. So we're a mission, not a model. Right? And Superpatch is not a company with a product. It's a purpose with a platform. And the purpose is clear: to unleash the body's innate ability to elevate humanity with drug-free, non-invasive technology. To help people sleep better, move better, feel better, focus better, live freer without pills, powders, or prescriptions. And we're not going to play small ball, right? No, we're not here to play in the minor leagues. We're here to redefine what's possible globally. So think about the companies that changed everything. Apple just didn't sell devices. They ignited the digital age. Tesla, in spite of the challenges today, didn't just sell cars. They relaunched this whole notion of clean energy. Nike didn't just sell shoes. They sold a belief that we can all be athletes, that we can just do it. Amazon started selling off books and packages, but they've redefined how the world shops. Now ask yourself, we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing? What is Superpatch doing? We're not just selling patches, gang. We're creating an industry, a drug-free health, wellness, and performance industry that has never existed before. An industry where technology lives on our skin, where wellness is triggered by vibration, not medication, and where performance is enhanced by tapping into the most powerful supercomputer in the world, the human mind. That's not just a product, ladies and gentlemen. That's a revolution. That's what we are. We are at the front of this. We're reigniting the MLM model with integrity and innovation, not hype. Right? Let's be honest. The MLM world needs a shakeup, right, gang? for a long time now, the industry's been in a slow drift toward commoditization. Me Too products, more lotions, more potions, more powders, more this, more that. Fighting for attention in a saturated market with pricing that doesn't match the value and the missions that don't move people. People don't get excited about product. They get excited about what the product makes them feel. So we said none of that. I said, no, not going to do it. What we've done is brought to market a first-in-class product that cannot be found anywhere else. That's a big statement, but you have to own it. You have to wear it like a badge, like a shield. We price it for the masses. It's affordable, accessible, sustainable. And we built a company where the mission matters just as much as the money. Trust me. If it's just about the money, it won't last. Anything that's been about the money doesn't last. The biggest companies in the world are based on the best-in-class product. They make the best thing. So we're reigniting the power of network marketing, not with hype, but with hard science, not with empty promises, but with real results, not with pressure, but with purpose. So this is a generational movement. I've told you guys before, I'm here forever. This is the kind of mission your children will talk about, because my children will talk about it. This is the kind of innovation and creativity that will be studied, adopted, and celebrated for decades to come. Trust me, we've just scratched the surface. We are the generation that will say, you know what? We didn't wait for permission from the regulators, from the academics, from Big Pharma, or the status quo. We didn't just react to the world. We reshaped it. We didn't just join a business. We built a better future. We have an opportunity. I don't know if you're sentimental about this stuff, but I am, I guess, at my age. We get to leave the world better than we found it and provide a higher quality of life in our health and our wealth for ourselves and our families, and build a better future for the world. Not hyperbole, not hype, based on the sheer fact that we have something the world needs and deserves. So what now? You don't need it. You need to wait for the comp plan to motivate you, right? You don't need another rank to validate your worth. You don't need to chase after another company or gimmick when you're holding the most powerful story in the industry in your hands, right here. It's like holding the first light bulb that Edison made. It's like holding electricity. What you need to do is remember who you are. You're pioneers. You're leaders. You're ambassadors of a new frontier in health, wellness, and performance. And together, as one team, one mission, one movement, this oneness will show the industry, the world, everyone, what it means to build a legacy through service, technology, and belief. So let's light this fire. Let's make this history. Let's be the movement that we're saying we are. Let's do it with conviction and purpose, ladies and gentlemen. It's all in our hands. It's all in our hands. It's not in anybody else's hands. There is no one else to pass the baton to. We are the selected few because we're here first. And that's what's in front of us. And that starts again today. It starts again tonight. Not later. We owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our families. We owe it to the world to say, you know what, we're going to give it everything we have. Because surprisingly, you might not believe, but I can see the future. I can see the future where there is a super patch pack or 2 or 3 in every household in America, in Canada, in Mexico, in Europe. I see it. In my lifetime, that will happen. But it won't happen because of me. It'll happen because of us. So let's do it together. Right? And let's get on the call Wednesday night to see the I Decide. And I can't wait for our next global call. I'm so excited I did this. I'm so glad you all showed up. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I hope to see you all in person very, very soon. Let's go. Have a wonderful night, everyone.